The Fanatic. This film was only playing at my local theater in my hometown for one showing only. One showing only, so I decided, you want to know what? I'm going to go and see it. I wasn't going to, but I'm like, only time I'm going to get to see this in theater. So there were 4 people in my theater, me included. And I think everybody liked the film. Let's get into my actual thoughts about the film as a critic, and then I'm going to tell you what my fun scale was, because I had a lot of fun with this movie. With the critic side, here we go. This is all about Moose, played by John Travolta, who is a bit of a slower guy. He has a stutter kind of like I do every once in a while. And his favorite actor is Hunter Dunbar, played by Devon Sawa. And all he wants is to get his autograph. He's doing a book signing in his hometown, and in this store, he comes across the actual jacket that he wore in one of his favorite movies, so he wants to get that signed as well. Well, something happens at the book signing involving Hunter Dunbar's wife, and he has to leave. He can't do the book signing anymore, so Moose is... he was really looking forward to this autograph, and pretty much this is about him trying to get his autograph, and it's just driving him crazy how he's being a little bit of an a-hole to him, kind of being a bit of an a-hole. But that's what celebrities do sometimes. That's how celebrities actually are in real life sometimes. They just want to get paid for this signing, and they don't really care about meeting you. I'm not saying that's all celebrities. I'm just saying that's maybe about 10% of celebrities that actually do autograph signings for books and other merchandise that they have. So Moose is entranced, pretty much. He's focused on getting this autograph any way possible. So, I'm not going to say anything else, but he gets a bit nuts. He does get a bit nuts. Devon Sawa does a great job in here. I love Devon Sawa. I believe Devon Sawa was in a film that I saw a little bit ago. I can't remember what it's actually called. Okay, I just checked it out. Devon Sawa was in Casper as the Casper, the human version of Casper. Apparently, it's been a long time since I've seen Casper. My gosh. And he was also in Final Destination. The first Final Destination back in 2000, 2001, something like that. He was pretty good in here for what he had to do. He didn't have a lot to do. This plot is very weak. Let's get into John Travolta, shall we? John Travolta does not give a bad performance. He gives some pretty mediocre performances, but I'm not saying bad performance, because he has to give his all to this role. He has to get in this autistic acting style, if you will. And I've seen critics rip this thing apart, saying that this thing makes fun of autistic people, it makes fun of you, it thinks that audiences are idiots. I'm not saying this movie is good by any means, but I'm not going to rip this thing apart. This thing wasn't as enraging as a couple of things I've watched recently. This thing was watchable. The Fanatic was a lot of fun. The cinematography was very well done for it. Should I say this? They do some drawings. I'll say that. I'm not going to explain that too much, because some people consider that spoilers. Even me telling you the plot is a spoiler to some people. Whatever. This film is a fun time if you're looking for a B-rate movie. Something like, I don't know, Speed Kills, or Trading Paint, or some of, like Gotti. Gotti with John Travolta, that's the perfect title to compare this with, because Gotti was hated by critics. This thing is hated by critics. I kind of enjoyed Gotti for what it was, but from a critic standpoint, when I'm reviewing the movie, no, it's not that great as going off of storylines, screenplay, the acting, the cinematography, the sound editing. You can tell that there was a bit of some ADRing going on in here with this film. The Fanatic had a bit of an ADR problem. But with a low budget like this, I'm surprised that they got John Travolta and Fred Durst, the front man for Limp Bizkit. He is one smart man. He's the front man for Limp Bizkit. He co-wrote, co-produced, and directed this film. He co-wrote with somebody, but him and John Travolta co-produced, executive produced this, and then they had another producer. He did something very, very smart. Of course, in a movie like this, you need some intense music, you need some sort of a soundtrack, right? Well, what he does here is he uses some Limp Bizkit music, because he doesn't have to get rights to it, because he owns the rights. He's the front man for Limp Bizkit. He doesn't have to get any rights whatsoever. I thought that was a smart choice there. So there's one upside. John Travolta does a great job in here. He's so much fun to watch. He does a great job in this role. But I think it's safe to say that John Travolta hit his stride between Grease and Phenomenon, maybe? Phenomenon? Right after Pulp Fiction is where his films started getting a little bit to the side. They weren't bad yet. They're just But right after Pulp Fiction, that's where he went down. This film is another step down for him. I hope that he can get to be a big movie star again. Not saying that he isn't a big movie star, but he's doing these lower budget films because no one wants to cast him because he's doing such horrible films. With this film, it's hard to say what you're looking... It's hard to say what you're looking for. If you're looking for a stalker type of a film, like what the trailer is telling you it is, it's kind of that, but you don't get to where he is putting this guy in a misery situation. Let's put this in context with the Stephen King, Rob Reiner, James Caan, and Kathy Bates movie Misery for a second. John Travolta in this film goes to this guy's house and changes him to a bed and tries to get him to do something that he doesn't want to do. If he doesn't do it, then he's going to hurt him. But he thinks it's this sort of like game. So he's keeping this guy trapped, like Kathy Bates did, while trying to get him to do something that he doesn't want to do, which is sign his autograph because he just wants to spend time with his son before he goes and shoots his next film. And this guy goes bat insane. He goes into his house. He unintentionally murders his maid. He brushes his teeth with his toothbrush. I felt so bad. And for the other 3 people in my theater, I'm sorry if I was laughing a little too loud at some points, because at some points you just have to sit there and laugh at how insane this was, at how into this role he was. John Travolta, I know I'm gonna keep doing it, but this film was a lot of fun. But is it bad? Oh my gosh, yes, it's bad. It is bad. But wow, this film is so much fun to watch. If you know what you're going into, if you liked Gotti, and if you like John Travolta, if you like his acting style, then you can definitely appreciate what he's doing here, but you can't tell me that this is a great film. If you enjoy this film, no hate on you, I enjoy this film. I'll probably buy this film. This film was bad, but it's a good kind of a bad. It's kind of like Gotti, stuff like, I don't know, Home Alone 3, movies that I know are bad, but they're just enjoyably bad. There's my review of The Fanatic. The Fanatic, it's a good enough film for what it is, and it's released by Quiver Pictures. This is not a big studio. I don't think Quiver Pictures has even put out another film. If they have, I can't remember what it is. But if you guys are looking forward to more reviews, I will be having reviews for review copies. Cinedime sent me Canal Street to review for you guys. This is released on September 3rd. You guys will be getting this review this weekend. You'll also be getting a review for Tyrell, sent to me by Magnolia Pictures. And Anira. It's Swedish, so I'm just gonna say Anira and hope that someone who speaks Swedish can tell me how stupid I am and and tell me that I don't know how to say this word, because I don't know how to say this word. But this film was also sent to me by Magnolia, a part of their Magnet line. You'll also be getting reviews for Clownado, a bunch of other stuff, Hallmark Channel titles. Next Wednesday, or this upcoming Wednesday, I'm going to see another one-time only showing of the new Casey Affleck film called Light of My Life. And then Thursday night, I'm going to see It Chapter 2. So I hope you guys are looking forward to more reviews. As for my grade for this film, I'm going to give... It's not horrible. I'm going to give The Fanatic a D+. When you're actually looking at the filmmaking aspect, with the plot inconsistencies, how bad the acting... how bad the direction is at times. But this isn't a film that you really dive into. This is a film where you literally sit there, you watch it, and if you do drink, you can smack a few drinks back and have a fun time watching the stupidity going on the screen. Just take a shot every... No, don't do that. Take a shot every like 30 minutes. Some stupid happens. There's my review for The Fanatic, and I will see you guys for my review of A Dog's Journey and Clownado.